Welcome.
Thank you so much.
So we just made it to Elephant Rock just for sunset. Yes! We even got the rental car from Ula Airport and drove here 34 kilometers, I kind of want to say it is. And the sun is setting in approximately 2 minutes. So we made it. I got the shot from this side with the sun coming in. So as you saw, we managed to go to the Elephant Rock just before sunset. There was a lot of people, but then again, it's probably also high season now, also for internal Saudi tourists due to the relatively cold weather. In the summertime, I think either it's closed here because it's way too warm, or there will be significantly less tourists. We don't stay in Ula Old Town. There's a few hotels there, and they are super expensive. Ula is also divided into what seems to be two towns. So one is like the old town area, and then you have like a bigger, I would say, sort of more common, not as boutique or Instagrammable part. Nonetheless, there you can still find some really nice hotels. And now, as you can see, we just got our food. We found a nice restaurant called Ostui, which is located basically on the main street. So there is some traffic noise, but we quickly Googled and found this place that serves basically the local stuff that we want to. So some grilled chicken, some hummus, and some muhammara. Mornings. Today is our first full day here in Ula. So of course we need to see as much as possible, or we will try to at least. As I said yesterday, everything can be a bit luxurious here in Ula. And I'm kind of getting to that perception that Saudi Arabia could sort of be the new Dubai. So basically the more money you have, the more fun you can have. Yesterday I was just looking into some restaurants here in Ula, and you could get like some amazing experiences. But they also start from $150 per person upwards. And initially I did think that a few days here in Ula would be sufficient, but when looking over it, there seems to be so many activities that you can do. Everything from hot air ballooning to, of course, fine dining, to climbing, to cultural stuff. There's a lot of history also in this area. But for now, let's see how much we can come across today. We will start by heading up to the breakfast. So that's step one. We are staying in these villas, you can kind of say. And because it's high season, because it's winter, I expect the prices to be higher than what they would be during spring or autumn. So per night here, we're paying roughly $300. Even an apartment or a standard hotel room, it seems, in town also sets you back the same amount. So everything is a bit high priced. Alright, so that was a tasty breakfast with a really nice view. Something about waking up here in Ula kind of reminds me about waking up in Moab in the States. And now Cecil just has to get 2 pancakes because we didn't see that in the buffet, but apparently you can ask for it. So now we're taking some pancakes back to the room. I also just checked out the pool area, which looks amazing, but it is a bit chilly. It's supposed to be 24, 25 degrees later today. We have made our way into the old town of Ula, and actually there's a southern and a northern car park where you need to park the car, and then from there you can take an autonomous small car that will take you into the entrance of the old town, so to say. There's a safety driver on board. Other than that, it's fully autonomous, driving back and forth. I'm kind of getting like an American Western vibes from just looking at the town here. So we booked a table for tonight down in the old town. And there you can see now we are in sort of a more newer part of the old town. But still, I would expect still a lot of vibes tonight. But I asked the guy from the restaurant how it works with those buildings made out of what looks to be mud. And he said, well, it's actually the Datantora Hotel that has almost everything of it. So they're also the ones having like a celebration every night, doing stuff for the entire sort of old city. You can argue that, okay, maybe the old town is a bit sort of commercialized because of that hotel. But then again, they do it in a certain style that sort of fits in with the environment, I think. Also, what keeps surprising me is that a lot of it seems surprisingly Americanized. Like, for instance, there's a Dunkin' Donuts. I'm waiting to find the McDonald's here. But even the Dunkin' was sort of tucked into those mud buildings, so it looks very authentic and like an old sort of artisanary shop. Here you have a Tim Hortons sales wagon. So that's an input from Canada. So they do have all the sort of commodities that you would find in, say, the States. We found a big rock that we want to go on top of. From there you should be able to see most of the old town here in Alula. Also, there's this Swedish guide who wanted to make sure that, because of course Sissel is pregnant, that she didn't sort of overdo herself to put herself into any harm or exhaust, basically. That was really nice overview of the town. Now we will go back through the town, find the shuttle bus, the autonomous shuttle bus, and then head out to the Maraya mirror building. Supposedly the biggest mirror building in the world, I think. We have made it to Maraya. Maraya is this massive mirror building out here in the Ashar Valley here in Alula. And Maraya is both a concert hall, it's a Michelin restaurant, and I think it's also a museum. So there's a lot of stuff going in there, but it's also really, really big. And it attracts tons of influencers, Instagrammers, whatever, because it's also a massive art installation and it is really, really good looking out. But as with anything beautiful, you never have enough time. So we also have a dinner reservation inside now for lunch. So we'll head in there and enjoy that before we need to continue to Hegra. Also, a quite important thing to note is that I don't think you can get into this area unless you have a reservation at the restaurant, or you're staying at the banyan tree or the Habitas hotel. Maybe there's some other reasons why they can allow you in, but quite far out in the area, there was a security post and they asked us if we had a booking or a reservation, probably for either the hotel or the restaurant. So massive pro tip, make sure to book. There's a minimum spend of 150 SARS, but I think it's definitely worth it. Thank you. Ej, det var hurtigt. All right, we are now at the entrance to Hegra. We had a brilliant lunch at Maraya Social, the restaurant within the Maraya Mirrored building. And I would say that the service was super high level. The waiter that had us, he also provided us with some ice cream on the house, which I know might be like a cheap trick, but it does the trick. We felt super welcome and it was just all seemed very professional. And for us, it definitely made that we got this sort of all-round really good experience of the place. It was really nice to come there for a reason for having lunch as well. So we can definitely recommend that. Now we are, as I said, at the entrance to Hegra, and it works that way. You have to park your car up there and then you get on a bus into the area, so you cannot drive around yourself. I'm not quite sure how big of a bus, how touristy it will be, but let's see about that. If it's the only way to do it, that's how it is.
That is very VIP. Bye-bye.
We have made it to Hegra. This is, I think, the reason why we came to Alula. At least when you Google Alula, this is what you see. It is the biggest tomb that they have here in Hegra. The issue is, though, that we're not alone. But the good thing is that when we got off the bus, then our guide told me to run, and same to Sissel. So I ran up the hill, and Sissel ran sort of in between me and the tomb so I could get the shot, and I think it actually turned out quite well. It is really, really pretty. We just got back to the old town of Alula and currently racing down to the restaurant trying to get a seat because quite a thunderstorm is coming behind us. And as we were parking, even a sandstorm came in, so we had to like close all the doors and the trunk again as we were getting out of the car. So let's see, hopefully it won't last all night because... Yeah?
That one.
No! Because we also have to get the bus back to the same parking spot that we just parked at now, because we're not allowed to park up all the way close to the old town. Also, the restaurant there is just taking everything indoor. I'm not quite sure if a town like this is able to handle a thunderstorm. Ooh. Nearly there. Nearly there. All right, so mission abandoned. We came down to the restaurant and they didn't have any seat for us, and immediately it started pouring down. So we've been sort of in and out trying to figure out when we can leave. Currently the entire street out there is completely flooded, so we are waiting for the water levels to go down a bit. We can see out there that the water level also on the street where the cars drive is causing the cars to almost push a bow wave in front of the cars. So hopefully in 5-10 minutes at least, we should be able to walk up to the bus station, take the bus down to the car park, and then get the hell out of here. It's another day here in Alula, and today we've driven a bit outside of Alula, supposedly up to a very big and beautiful rock. The original plan was actually to drive up to Wadi Dissa, which is a very beautiful valley, but located like 2.5-3 hours up north. But that would take 2.5 to 3 hours of driving each direction. But we actually skipped that just to have some time to roam around in Alula and maybe to see things again and to see some new things instead of driving far out. As step number one, we actually went to the Experience Alula Visitor Center, which is located north of the old town of Alula itself in the winter park. And they actually advised us to go up here, among other things, so we started with that. But we also just had a small obstacle, which was getting stuck at the road. I didn't want to drive on the sort of main gravel road because we're driving, as you can see, a sedan. And I don't want to drive on top of, you can say, big rocks, which is more suitable for 4x4 and bigger tires. So I took it off-road, which went fine. It was hard sand that then turned into soft sand. So we got stuck. Luckily, there was a local man helping us. He found like some wood boards that we could put in under the tires. Fortunately, that didn't help because we were beached entirely on the belly of the car. Some camels came around as well and tried to help us out. They seem very, very friendly. You can see the entire pack behind here. They're just roaming around the entire car. Maybe we can just go and say hello to one of them, see if they have any interesting to say. Yo! No. think he got too scared of the camera. Luckily though, because we are on the road into that beautiful rock, there was a family of 4 coming in a big 4x4. So, and luckily he had a tow rope, so he helped tow us out of the sand. So now we're heading into that rock to see what it is. The guy said that it was very pretty, so hopefully it is worth the effort. All right, we have found the arch, as it's called. I think it's called the Rainbow Arch. Ooh, that was a good angle. We've also been driving, since we were towed free from the sand, we've been driving for, I kind of want to say half an hour on quite a terrible gravel road, which is a bit anxious in a normal sedan car. And what we thought way up there was a restaurant and some tourist buses. Seems to be some locals living under shelter and nothing related remotely to a restaurant. But that's how it is. And then go back via the same gravel road. Yay! After driving back on the brilliant gravel road that we got stuck on, we headed a bit north, and we just had lunch here at a gas station where they served brilliant curry chicken and rice. Fairly standard dish, seems to be here in Saudi. And it was super cheap. We paid 24 star, which is somewhere close to like $6, I think, for 2, including drinks. Now we will head onwards. All right, now we have made it to, I think it's called Buraikah. And basically it's made up of these many columns. The place in general is very much recommended for stargazing because it is very far away from any sort of light pollution. And also it looks very sort of artistic, I would say. Oh, maybe I should get the keys in the car. I think also the reason why this place is popular is because there's so many of these rock formations that look like something, right? So for instance, the one behind me here, if you see it from the side, looks like an eagle. This is on the way to some that looks like 2 people are kissing. Maybe that one you need a bit more of imagination for that. What's always a bit of a shame though with these places is that you always see tons of trash just lying around. I know that disposal and assortment of garbage and litter is probably not as well organized as it is in other places, but yeah, it's just a bit of a shame when you walk around. And as our guide said yesterday, only take photographs, leave only footprints.
Whoa!
Alright, so we've made it to the Harrat Viewpoint overlooking Ula. We made it just, I think, 15-20 minutes after sunset, so that is a bit of a shame, but it is actually really nice to get a nice overview of the city from above. Also, it was super cool how they made these duck-down couches and relax areas, just like at the Elephant Rock. But I could imagine that due to the rainfall yesterday, that all the pillows are basically one big sponge and basically soaking with water. You know, back in the old town of Ula, and we actually got a seat at the restaurant that we were supposed to eat at yesterday. But today we reserved a table again. We just did it via WhatsApp. It turned out though that it was with the HQ in Riyadh, and because of the lack of network here in Ula, because of the rain yesterday, the restaurant didn't know about it. Luckily though, we got a table and we just enjoyed some delicious dinner. And it's nice to see Ula Old Town being dry, just to experience it one last time before we leave for Medina tomorrow. And because all of these houses are made out of mud, it's quite visible that when it rains so much as it did yesterday, then all the buildings are taking a toll. And the waiter serving us also just told us that they've been working the entire day just to prep the restaurant for being ready tonight. But it still takes a lot of work. Even their rooftop, he says, is currently unusable, basically, which is quite a shame. So it definitely comes with the cost having a restaurant in the old town, because I would assume it's by law or by rules that you have to maintain your buildings with, you can say, a traditional manner and keep them in with these mud builds.
Morning. We are on the way up to the gym here at the hotel. We haven't done any workout for the past 2 days, I kind of want to say. 3 days maybe. But today we're just squeezing in half an hour-ish before we get breakfast. At least just to make our conscience feel a bit better. And then we can go on with the day.
Before we leave Alula entirely, we just went into the Old Town again, where on the opposite side of the sort of main road, there is the Ula Oasis. And the Oasis supposedly was also closed yesterday due to the heavy rainfall 2 nights ago. So Ula Old Town was also closed for the majority of yesterday, but not in the evening, fortunately. So now we are in here just to see how a desert oasis, a real-life desert oasis looks like. Still some aftermath here. Okay, it is a massive vibe in here. Could imagine that on a lovely autumn or spring day when it's not as windy as it is today and it is a bit warmer than the 14 degrees that I think it is currently. It's probably immaculate. It is a bit chilly though. Not so much the desert feeling currently. So we just spoke to the chief engineer, I think he said he was, here at the site. So they have like a vegetable garden, almost, I think you can call it here. And he said that every Friday and Saturday they invite the locals to come here so they can learn about how to grow things, how to milk the lambs and the sheep here. Maybe mostly the sheep, I guess, and the goats. But also how they can like harvest dates from palm trees, how they can climb palm trees and so on. So that's super, super cool. Like a small learning community. Also, when walking below these palm trees, you always step in falling down dates, which seems a bit obnoxious when coming from Denmark, and obviously we don't have either palm trees or dates, and then suddenly you're just walking around on them. If you were to buy them in Denmark, they're always super expensive. Before we leave Alula for good, we're just fueling up to a full tank. I think we have to deliver the car back with 2 bars, so it's probably going to fit well with driving to Medina and then to Jeddah afterwards. Also, fueling up here in Saudi is incredibly cheap, or at least it's cheaper compared to Denmark. So of course, that doesn't necessarily say too much, but it does compared to Denmark. Here for a full tank that we filled up 3 days ago, I think there was 46 liters and we paid 100 SARS, so approximately 200 DKK, 30-ish US dollars. To me, that is incredibly cheap.
Welcome to Saudi Arabia. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Hello.